Hello and a very warm welcome to the students of class 10. So let's continue with the lesson, The Sermon at Benaras, from your English textbook First Flight. Let's do a quick recap of the lesson. Sermon is a religious talk delivered by a prophet or a saint. Here we have the journey of Gautama Buddha from princehood to a saintly life. He left the palace at the age of 25 after seeing the sufferings of the world to seek enlightenment. He wandered for 7 years here and there, and under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya, he got it. His first sermon was delivered at Benaras, as it was considered to be the holiest place because of the river Ganga. He thinks that he who seeks peace should draw out of the arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow has become composed and will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all such circumstances will be free from sorrow and be blessed. As we saw, Kisa Gautami was grieving over the death of her son. She moved from door to door and at last came to Buddha. She made him a humble request to make her son alive. Buddha said he would do, but he asked a handful of mustard seeds. He further commanded it must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Kisa Gautami went from house to house, but she was unable to find one where nobody had died. She was tired and hopeless and sat down at the wayside, watching the light of the city as they flickered up, and she realized that these lives flicker up for some time and are extinguished again. In this way, she was taught that the lives of mortals in this world are troubled and brief, and there is no means by which one can avoid death. As all earthen vessels made by the potter are being broken, so is the life of mortals. Death is inevitable or unavoidable. So the message conveyed in this story is the mystery of life and death has always baffled us. Whenever we lose someone near and dear to us, we are in grief. The lesson reminds us that death is the ultimate truth. Every creature who is born must die one day. Coming to the question and answers. Question number 1. When her son dies, Kisa Gautami goes from house to house. What does she ask for? Does she get it? Why not? Answer. When her son dies, Kisa Gautami goes from house to house seeking for medicine to bring her son back to life. She did not get it because there is no medicine which can bring a dead man back to life. Question number 2. Kisa Gautami again goes from house to house after she speaks with the Buddha. What does she ask for the second time around? Does she get it or why not? Answer. After she speaks with the Buddha, Kisa Gautami again goes from house to house asking for mustard seeds, but in vain, because there is no house where no one has lost a child, a husband, parent, or friend. Question number 3. What does Kisa Gautami understand the second time that she failed to understand the first time? Was this what the Buddha wanted her to understand? Answer. Kisa Gautami understood the second time that death is the ultimate truth. All creatures that are born must die one day. This is what Buddha wanted her to understand. Question number 4. Do you agree with Kisa Gautami that she was being selfish in her grief? Answer. A selfish person is one who only thinks of himself or herself. And to some extent, Kisa Gautami was being selfish because we are humans and it is natural for us to die. We do not easily accept the death of our loved ones. Same has happened with Kisa Gautami. As it was her only child, she did not want him to die and finally went to Buddha to ask for help. Let's now watch the story in an animated form.
Once, there was a young woman by the name of Kisa Gautami. Her only son, an infant, died suddenly. She went to Buddha and cried, "My only child is dead. Have pity on me and bring him back to life. Buddha replied, I will do so if you bring me a handful of mustard seeds from a household where no one has died. The woman exclaimed, If that brings my child back to life, I will do as you say. Determined, Kisa Gautami began her search and approached different houses asking for mustard seeds. She went house to house and begged, Please give me a handful of mustard seeds, but only if no one has died at your house. Wherever she went, people replied, We could give you mustard seeds, but in the past, a death has happened in our house. Dejected, she continued her search. No, then I don't want it. She went house to house, but could not find a single house where someone had not died. Everyone was ready to give her a handful of mustard seeds. But when she posed the condition, they were taken aback and were unable to help her. Kisa Gautami understood why Buddha had sent her on such a mission. Her sorrow was lightened. She went back and told him what everyone had said to her. Buddha replied, My daughter, nothing in this world is permanent. Everything is unstable and is subject to change, decay, and death. This causes sorrow and suffering. The only way to avoid suffering is to take to the process of chanting the holy names of God.